Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Dixon, and today we are going to be learning about figurative language. Yes, figurative language. What is figurative language, and how do we put it into our writing? This is what we are going to be doing today with Miss Dixon. We are going to be talking about similes and metaphors. Maybe you've used them or heard of them, but today that's what we're going to focus on. And how we're going to do that is we are going to listen to a video, and then with your teachers as a group, you are going to be writing figurative language together. So let's have fun. Enjoy this. First, we're going to listen to a video on figurative language. What I'm also going to do when we are listening to the video, I am going to have you write the definitions in your notebook. So please make sure that you have your notebook. Maybe it would be your writing journal, or if you have just some paper, but this would be something that you'd want to keep in a very special place to help you, because next week we're going to be doing a quiz where you're going to need to know what a simile is, what a metaphor is, what hyperbole is, what personification is, and what an idiom is. But today, just similes and metaphors. Listen up, and I'll stop the video when we need to take notes.
Today is going to be like a dream come true.
Yes, it's going to be pretty productive.
This video is a treasure box.
It's actually a lesson about figurative language.
And it's calling out to you to come bathe in its knowledge.
We are inviting you to watch and learn with us.
More than anyone has ever learned, ever, in history!
Sure. You see, that's an example of hyperbole. Today is going to be like a dream come true. That's a simile. And saying a video is a treasure box is a metaphor.
What about when I said the video was going to ask us to bathe with it?
That's creepy. But suggesting a video could call out to us and invite us along, both human characteristics, is personification. Those are just a few of the techniques we'll look at as we explore figurative language. Figurative language refers to a set of literary techniques that enhance your writing by adding new meaning and context beyond just the basic literal facts.
They are finely tuned instruments that make the hearts of your readers swell and your words sing sweet symphonies.
They make your writing sound better.
And way more fun, like way more.
There are several techniques. Let's start with similes.
A simile is like a literary Venn diagram, finding the connection between two different ideas.
Technically correct. A simile is a direct comparison between two ideas, using the words like or as.
So what I'd like you to do in your notebook right now is at the top you can write figurative language, the very top of your paper. And then the first word that we're learning about is simile. S-I-M-I-L-E, simile. I would like you to write it is a direct comparison between two ideas using the words like or as. So we always have the words like or as when we are comparing two ideas. That is a simile. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to write that in your notebook. Once it's written, we are going to move on to the next definition. Then we're going to practice. So you'll be ready for the quiz next week. I'll say it one more time. A simile. It is a direct comparison between two ideas using the words like or as. And I would even either highlight or circle the words like or as, because when you are trying to determine if something has a simile, like I said before, you will always hear the words like or as. All right, we're going to move on to this. It will come back, so if you don't quite finish, I'll repeat it again when we work with similes. Here we go. Next one.
And you've definitely heard these before.
Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
I came in like a rainbow. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
By drawing a comparison between two things, the author creates additional meaning. Instead of saying Billy is really fast, you can say
Billy is like a cheetah at dinner time.
he isn't actually a cheetah, but the simile expresses an idea of incredible speed. Another form of comparison is the metaphor. A metaphor is a comparison that makes an implied or hidden connection between two ideas.
My mother.
Oh, I'm going to back that up just a little bit so you can copy the metaphor. Metaphor, that's the second piece of figurative language that we're going to be learning about. Metaphor. METAPHOR. It's also comparing, so it's a comparison that makes an implied or hidden connection between two ideas. Once again, you can highlight or circle implied or hidden. Metaphor. METAPHOR. A comparison that makes an implied or hidden connection between two ideas. Just going to give you about 30 more seconds to write that, and we're going to see some examples of a metaphor. All right, we're going to see what a metaphor is, some examples. I hope you were able to write this in your notebook because we're going to need it for the quiz next week.
Between two ideas.
My mother is a mystery.
With metaphors, you're saying something that doesn't make sense when taken literally. Her mother isn't actually a mystery, she's a person. But since we know that, we can understand the idea. She's saying her mother is confusing or hard to understand.
My father is a celery stalk.
See, that one doesn't work. Unless your father was actually no. Unless there's an implied or understandable connection, the reader won't know why you're comparing the two.
Life is a highway. Love's an open door. Baby, you're a firework.
Metaphors and similes are often discussed together because they have a lot in common.
They are similar.
I get it. They both make connections between two ideas. A simile is a direct comparison that emphasizes meaning, using the words like or as. A metaphor adds a symbolic meaning through an indirect connection. We're equating one idea to another idea without suggesting a literal connection.
This video is really coming to life, you know? It's really finding its confidence.
It's literally a video. It can't come to life or express an emotion like confidence.
And we're going to be doing that one next week, personification, with on Wednesday with Miss Anderson. So now we're going to go to the next part. We're going to do some examples. So first we have similes. Here are similes. So what you're going to be doing with your teacher is you're going to be observing this picture, and then you're going to be choosing which one is similar, to that picture. Then, boys and girls, in your notebook, you're going to be making a sentence about a simile about her hair, the car seat, and the glasses. And then what's really exciting, we get to share our thinking. So I may be calling a few of you to ask about the hair, a few of you to ask about the seat and the girls. Then when we're done with that, I'm going to read the paragraph. And when you hear a simile, you're going to give me a thumbs up emoji when you hear the simile. So we're going to do that for this one here. Then we're going to do figurative language with this, another simile, with this picture and horseback riding. Pretty fun. Then your teacher is going to go over more similes. So we'll be so good at this one. We'll have some fun with this person, looks like Miss Dixon in the morning, grabbing her coffee. Then we're going to go on to metaphors. Ooh, that looked like Miss Dixon last week. Just kidding. I can't snowboard, but I can ski. So we're going to do metaphors with these 3 pictures. So make sure that you are participating with your teacher, have some fun, and enjoy figurative language, because like I said, it makes our writing incredibly interesting. So here we go. Have fun. Enjoy.